A landmark study published in January 2026, the first of its kind in humans, found that 656 adults aged 55 to 75 experienced measurably different cognitive trajectories over 2 years based on which type of olive oil they consumed, with the effect running through gut microbiome diversity. Most people buying the wrong one have no way to know it. Published in January 2026 in the journal Microbiome, a landmark prospective study from the Predimed Plus project is the first human trial ever designed to trace a specific chain, olive oil type, to gut bacteria to brain function. The lead researcher, Dr. Jiaqi Ni of the Universitat Rovira i Virgili, called it the first prospective study in humans to specifically analyze the role of olive oil in the interaction between gut microbiota and cognitive function. What they found restructures one of the most basic decisions you make in a grocery aisle. This video walks you through exactly what they measured, what separated the two oils, and the one bacterium that may be the key to all of it. "656 adults aged 55 to 75. All overweight or living with metabolic syndrome, cognitively. Every bottle labeled simply olive oil in a supermarket is a refined product. Refining uses heat and chemical solvents to neutralize the oil's flavor, extend its shelf life, and produce a consistent color. That process is exactly what makes it less useful to your brain. The industrial refining process strips away polyphenols, the bioactive compounds responsible for nearly every protective effect the research community has observed. Virgin and extra virgin olive oil are produced by mechanical pressing only, with no heat and no chemicals, which is why they retain those compounds intact. The European Food Safety Authority recognized olive oil polyphenols with a formal health claim in 2011, specifically that they protect LDL particles from oxidative damage. But the 2026 Predimed Plus study goes further. It shows the refined version is not a neutral alternative. Consumers who used it showed measurably lower gut microbiome diversity over time. That matters, and here's why. The researchers ran a mediation analysis, a statistical technique that tests whether a third variable is the mechanism connecting two observed effects. They found that a bacterial genus called Adlercreutzia was significantly more abundant in participants who consumed virgin olive oil, and changes in Adlercreutzia abundance statistically mediated approximately half of the cognitive improvement observed in those participants. Adlercreutzia is known for metabolizing polyphenols, plant-derived compounds like those found in olive oil, into bioactive metabolites. Those metabolites can cross into systemic circulation and influence neurological function. This is the biological chain the study traced. Polyphenols in virgin oil feed Adlercreutzia in the gut. Adlercreutzia produces neuroactive metabolites. Those metabolites are associated with preserved cognitive function. Refined oil, stripped of polyphenols, does not initiate that chain. The gut simply doesn't receive the signal. But there's a practical problem with this finding that most coverage has missed. Here is the practical complication. Extra virgin on a label is a legal grade, but it is not a polyphenol guarantee. Polyphenol content in EVU varies enormously depending on olive variety, harvest timing, geography, and storage conditions. Early harvest oils from high phenolic varieties such as Koronaki, Corotina, or Picual typically contain significantly more polyphenols than late harvest oils pressed from fully ripe olives. Cheaper extra virgin oils on supermarket shelves are often made from late harvest fruit, processed in bulk and stored for months before purchase, all of which degrades polyphenol content. The 2025 American Heart Journal study that found EVOO associated with better cardiovascular outcomes and found common olive oil was not, also highlighted that polyphenol concentration, not just the extra virgin label, is the likely driver of the difference. If the bottle doesn't tell you the harvest date, it's hiding something useful. This is where we draw the line that most coverage won't. The Predimed Plus researchers were explicit. This was an observational prospective cohort study. It shows associations between virgin olive oil consumption and cognitive outcomes. It does not prove causation, and it does not guarantee any individual outcome. The participants were older adults, aged 55 to 75, overweight, and living with metabolic syndrome, meaning the findings may not generalize fully to younger or healthier populations. What the science gives us is a biologically plausible, mechanistically supported association. Polyphenols, gut microbiota, Adler-Creutzia, cognitive trajectory, observed consistently over 2 years in 656 people. That is meaningfully more than we had before January 2026. The practical takeaway is not a cure, it is a decision framework. When the choice is between a polyphenol-rich virgin oil and a refined one, the 2026 evidence suggests the former is the more nutritionally complete option, and your gut may be the reason why.